On relationship today, we will be discussing relationship through the eyes of the netizens. And of course, doing justice to that in a bit is Nene Ben Ekechuku. She's a certified family life practitioner and life coach. And today we're looking at the unrealistic expectations set due to social media influence. You're welcome, Nene.
Thank you so much, and it's good to see you again.
Good to
How are
see
you
you.
doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome. I'm well. Thank
Fantastic.
you very much.
Yes, we already established how much influence social media has on this generation of, they call the Gen Zs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they seem to have their own orientation about relationships and what it should be like and what it should look like. Now, you are the expert here. How would you advise a Gen Z to look at a relationship?
Don't put me on the spot and ask me to advise them. But I think more like how they can be more aware of the influence the net has on them.
Okay.
Because they are a citizen of their own. We have seen them change and cancel and add, to culture how they please. But there is this, there is the ability, because of the power they wield, there's the ability to shift focus or not have foundational knowledge of what a relationship should look like. All right. So you notice that a lot of times they build their avatars, they build their online presence, they follow influencers, they follow the trend and get lost in themselves. Yeah. True. So they get lost in it and forget that they are an entity, yes, beyond that presence that they have online. Together, I mean, the power they wield together is strong, so that's why it's only normal to see that they get information and get everything about relationship. But what happens when that foundation is lost is that there's no friendship. So if we have the opportunity to sit together and we're in a relationship, by instinct, they pick up their phone. Yes.
Instagram.
Exactly. So they are building their online presence and not building on themselves. So if they are able to bond, through their likes or through their followers or whatever it is, and they like that's the reason why they have the friendship in the first place. What happens when all of those things are not there? So if we now have to go home and we now realize, oh, so why do you always do this? Because you had fallen in love with the online presence or the online person and not the physical person. And what happens is friendship is lost.
You know, with everything that you have said so far, in my head I'm thinking, so why should they be in a relationship? Because for you to be in a relationship, you have to be physically, mentally, and psychologically, emotionally ready for it. But in all of these instances, with so much influence, it is hard. So I think we first of all need to address this awareness, especially for a Gen Z who's, who may be having inklings of marriage. I mean, everyone wants to settle. Maybe not everyone, but there are a few people who want to settle down. How do they come to this awareness that, okay, this is who I am. I need to separate this from this so that I could work on myself, because if you're able to work on yourself, then you're able to invest in your relationship or whoever you're going to be with.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So if I don't deliberately go out, for instance, if I'm hungry and I don't go out to search for food or something I'm going to eat, what may happen is I may pick up the closest available thing I have, that is food around me to eat. And it could either be maybe not too healthy, or if I'm lucky, it may be healthy. That's what it is with you being hungry. You have to know what you want. So if I feel like I need to build my relationship, where do I need to look? What resources are there for me to harness? So that's where I think attention should be, rather than trying to build on the physical or build on the avatar. How about I look inwards and begin to develop myself? There are resources, very, very good resources. There are also people that have the training, that are professional, that there are also communities as well. Because we cannot, just like you said, we cannot take away the fact that we need each other. Beyond, of course, people have gotten, their good relationships online, there's online dating and all of those things. But beyond that, we have to now begin to build the physical. Okay.
Yeah. Now let's talk about putting our relationships on social media. The Gen Zs are all about that. They want everyone to know who they're dating, so they're going on a date, selfie time. Yeah, all of that. They're constantly, or sometimes, often flaunting their relationships online. What would you advise? Is this advisable? Is it not? What sort of influence does that have on their relationship?
That's a very good question. I mean, as much as possible, I think even married people, people of influence that, have some knowledge in relationship, it's a good thing, because everything we see now, everything we do is usually, literally, people, there are reality shows that follow cameras, follow people around.
Exactly, true.
So we need positive influences. And remember, we've talked about personalities sometime. There are people who are very affective, who want their stuff outside.
Okay.
That's okay. But beyond that, be prepared for all the attention. Be prepared for whatever it is that comes with it. So if you are not prepared, of course, the tides of, the whatever it is that follows,
the vices that
come with it could come, could come hard at you, and also come hard at your relationship.
And you may not know how to handle it.
And you may not know how to handle it, exactly. So that's why I think it's only fair that you build, friendship. Friendship is really important. Take out time, have time where you just put away every distraction, lay it aside, and just, talk. Ask how, just little things, know what it is that, makes me happy beyond. So let's try to have, screen time limits. It's okay, because at the end of the day, you're going to build a family, you want to build a home, and just coming behind and looking at you. And one of the fastest way to learn is by what I see, right? So if I see that you're telling me don't do this and you're doing it, that's not good learning.
All right. Thank you so much, Nene. I'm sure a few netizens watching this morning have learned a few nuggets from what you have said. Limit your screen time. Pay little. So there's time for everything. There's time for online, to be on social media, and there's time to, be committed and dedicated to your relationship. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nene.